All right, guys, so the housing showed up. This is a TF06 housing. So as you can see, it's an FP unit, very clean. Still has the wastegate flapper, so our main project for this to get it ready to use is I gotta cut this out and weld this hole. So I'm gonna cut this here, take this little rivet off, cut this little piece off the arm, and then shove the brown part back in here and weld this into the hole because I don't need it. And then we got to port that hole out a little bit. I don't need to port anything else. If I look at this here, I mean, this is pretty much as ported or more ported than the one that's on it. And Robert from FP told me that he considers these to be 90% ported. So, I mean, I'm not going to bother spending any time making a bunch of mess to port this. So, yeah, I'm just going to get that out and get it ready. And I don't know if I'll get it welded today, but, you know, we'll get as far as we can. Okay, I did a quick bit of work here, and I got this little rivet off here. So when we rotate this, it should pop right off. Yep, there we go. Now I got this guy out. So I got external wastegate, so we're not gonna need that. So now I gotta work on getting this guy out of the hole. It looks like I should be able to do the same thing right here, just grind this weld off, and this should come out. But we'll find out. I've never taken one of these off before, so we'll find out how easy this is.
Those girls that made me scared, sometimes I am too. But now the time has come, and I am going to prove. Girls are not your pawns, you don't get to use. You're going to get fucked, but not how you want to. Evil deep inside, and when you drink it comes.
Holy shit. So I don't know if that got it on the time lapse or not, but I was grinding into that, and it finally like caught the little arm and flung it off somewhere. So it's, oh, I see, it's over here. Let's see how hot this is. All right, we'll just be careful. Yeah, so it comes off. You just grind the middle out. It's like welded on there. So you see, that actually worked out pretty well. I just got all the weld out of it, and she's good to go. So awesome. And I just got to figure out how this is going to work. That. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and this little arm doesn't fit out of here. So like, you see, like there's no room for it to come out. So I'm trying to figure out how they would have got it in here. And I see this little roll pin here. So I'm wondering, can I drill that little pin out? And then I'm wondering if this entire bushing right here comes out. I'm going to give it a try because I think that might be what you're supposed to do or how you would do it. I mean, I got more roll pins, but I'm not concerned about that. This whole thing is getting welded shut anyways. So I'm not worried about it. I'll just knock this thing in a little farther and weld her up. So we'll give it a try. I can't see any other way that would be retained unless it was pressed in from the outside. But I mean, it's worth a try.
Alive, evil deep inside comes out at night like Jekyll and Hyde. Evil deep inside, and when you drink it comes alive. Evil deep inside comes out at night like Jekyll and Hyde. No one deserves to be abused. No one deserves this. Nobody owes you. Said no one deserves to be abused. No one deserves this. Nobody owes you. Evil deep inside, and when you drink it comes alive. Evil deep inside comes out at night like Jekyll and Hyde. Evil deep inside, and when you drink it comes alive. Evil deep inside comes out at night like Jekyll and Hyde. Comes out like Jekyll and Hyde. Comes out like Jekyll and Hyde. Comes out like Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde. Evil deep inside, and when you drink it comes alive. Evil deep inside comes out at night like Jekyll and Hyde. Evil deep inside, and when you drink it comes alive. Evil deep inside comes out at night like Jekyll and Hyde. Evil deep inside, and when you drink it comes alive. Evil deep inside comes out at night like Jekyll and Hyde. Evil deep inside, and when you drink it comes alive. Evil deep inside comes out at night like Jekyll and Hyde. Comes out like Jekyll and Hyde. Comes out like Jekyll and Hyde. Comes out like Jekyll and Hyde. 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 Jekyll and Hyde.
Okay, so I've been working on this for a little while, and I got a very small drill bit to go through there, but my drill bits are all too crappy to actually like drill that out because this metal is real hard. So I think whenever it touches the side metal, it's no good. So I'm gonna see if I weakened it enough that I can like try to grab this with vice grips and pull it out. Because basically I just need to get this out, and then I believe once I get this bushing out of here, there will be enough slop to get this arm to make it out. Because I need to get this arm out, I gotta chop the end of it off here and then put the shaft and this bushing back in here, probably cut this down a little bit and then weld it all on flush. So I'll keep trying. I think I can get it. I just gotta try to get a good grip on it. I might try to maybe weld a bolt onto it or something potentially. We'll see. Well, I decided to go to plan B, which is the arm can't be in the way of getting out of here if it doesn't exist. So I'm just taking the die grinder and making it not exist. So that should, in theory, work or backfire in some horrific way that I find out later. Either way, it'll be interesting for the video. So we lost our carbide, and those are fairly expensive. I mean, they're Harbor Freight carbides, but I think we're still like 45 bucks. That sucks. It happens though, because I'm just not that stable like when I'm up here. I really need like some kind of armrest contraption or something. But yeah, that sucks. Well, that was sketchy, so the time lapse might not catch it, but the carbide caught in there, and then it got caught in my shirt. So you gotta be real careful with this shit. Like, I'm kind of glad I was wearing sleeves, but it did mess up my hoodie a little bit. I'm alright. It's just like all I got was a little rug burn there for my shirt, and this thing has like 1,000,000 pounds of torque. But now I bent the bit, so. Yeah, I don't think I can use that bit. I got one more. But all I need to do is just nibble that little piece off, so I'll try to be more careful with it. I need to get a smaller die grinder. Like this is good and stuff, but it's just so heavy and big. Like, I really just need one that's in between a Dremel and this. Like, cause I got a Dremel and I got this. And this thing is just too big. Like, I need something a little bit smaller, and I don't really have enough air to run air tools, so. And I'll get the other one on that has aluminum melted in it, and we'll see if we can get this thing the rest of the way off. We're so close.
Ignoring what I say, the problems of the glaciers will like quickly melt away. So who gave you this crown? Cruising to the king. Your thoughts are all illogical, your words will cut and sting. You call yourself conservative, it's what we get to get, but there's no use in a debate when your agenda's having sense. Well, take a look around, fucking riots in the streets. People broken, starving as they try to make its feet. Just living in your fantasy, not opening your eyes. Damn the facts and logic, champion, the lies.
All right, so I got the arm chopped off or disintegrated. I mean, and but it still doesn't quite come out. So I think I need to eat a little bit more off of the edge of this here to get it to clear. So I think I might just try to hit the side of this and see if I can get enough to come out. So I just want to have a clean piece in here. I don't want a bunch of extra crap. It gets hot. Warp stuff.
It's hard to carry on, so I'm short of television. Let it fill your fucking head. All the firebrands and demagogues perpetuating trend. We'll take a look around. Fucking riots in the streets. People broken, starving as they try to make its feet. Just living in your fantasy, not opening your eyes. Down the facts and logic. Champion.
All right, I got it. I just ground a little bit more off the top, and then I put this little flat in it, and it was enough to let it slip out. So I just want to clean the top of this up a little bit. Like I probably just take the angle grinder and chop that off, and then it should be good to go. And we just put it back in there, get it ready to clamp up, and then weld and stuff. So I'll probably get it cut, but I probably won't do the welding today. Probably do that on Wednesday. It's Monday now. All right, so this is how it's sitting now. So I chopped off the top of that. And then if we look on the inside, there's the flat piece. So we got this little piece in here. What I'll do is I'll face this out this way, and I'll put a tack weld here to hold it in place. And then I'll come out here and just weld around this, just go all around the top of this. And then take a flap wheel and, flap it, make it look all clean. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I've never done that before, and I'm not going to say this is a tutorial or anything, or like I'm professional or anything. Like if you look, the grinder got away from me in a couple little spots here. We got a couple imperfections now, which is unfortunate, but I mean, I'm a guy in my garage, I got limitations and stuff, it's kind of hard for me to balance on some of this and, get in a comfortable position. But, don't let that discourage you from doing this stuff. I mean, you can do your best, and maybe you'll mess up a little bit here and there, but you got to learn somehow. So you think that people that are pros and have been doing this for years haven't messed up, you're 100% wrong. They messed up just as much as any of the rest of us do. They just do this a whole lot more. So, okay. Well, I'll try to make a video, cut a video of the welding. I don't know what it's going to do to the GoPro or if it's going to show up, but we'll see what it does.
All right, guys, it looks like my GoPro ran out of memory at this point, so it didn't get any of the porting. I still wanted to put that clip in here because I noticed it, but yeah, sorry about that. I still need to make it a habit of checking the camera more often so that I get everything captured. But here's the rest of the results of it, at least.
All right, I decided I didn't want to risk my GoPro since it's the only one I got. And if I kill it, then I lose my ability to do time lapses, and that wouldn't be good. So I got this welded up. I mean, it's not super perfect. It doesn't have to be, as long as it seals the hole. So what I did here on the inside, and I did scratch this a couple times and I was porting it out, but it's okay. Like I said, I'm not trying to claim I'm a professional. So I just tacked it in here so it wouldn't move. And then I'll clean all this out later too. It's no big deal. And then came out here and I ran a bead all the way around it and then just a little bit over the top and then ground it back down so it's more or less flush. I just wanted to make sure that I got good penetration on this, which it looks like I did, and that it's sealed. I mean, it's got a couple little, areas of porosity here, but this isn't structural or anything. I'm literally just plugging a hole. It'll be perfectly fine. And it shouldn't have warped or anything because this housing's so gigantic that I doubt it got even close to hot enough to affect any of these surfaces. So I will probably take, just the flat file and make sure that there's no hard edges on any of these before I run it. Because right here, it looks like it has maybe a little bit of one. So I'll just make sure I knock that little edge down. But it won't affect anything. It's all just cosmetic. Once you have this bolted in the car, you'll never know any of it's there. I'm still debating about whether I'm going to paint this. I think I'll try it. I mean, if it doesn't turn out, it doesn't turn out. It's no big loss. But yeah, now I'm going to get to porting this hole out. So let's just make that a little bit bigger and it should be ready to run, other than the paint, you know. But I mean, it could run without it. All right, well, after a lot of grinding, this is what I ended up with. There's a lot of meat on this side right here to take out. So the way I was doing this is the wastegate really doesn't need to be any bigger than this because this is as big as the hole is. So if you kind of stick it in there and you look down here, you'll see it's more or less the size of the wastegate hole, just a little bit smushed down. You want to be careful. From what I was paying attention, take your fingers and see how thick it is. Down here on the flapper side, like this part right here, this is very thin. So don't go too crazy. Like if you'll notice, I didn't remove the entire seat on that part because that part was thin. There's a bunch more meat up here, so all this top part is all very thick. So I removed that. And just make sure that if you're ever doing this yourself, you reach down here because there's a bunch of, you know, meat down there. You don't want to widen out too much, but just so that it's, you know, when you look down in there, it's the size of that. At least that's, you know, how I would think you would want to do it. Like I said, I'm not a professional, but, you know, just looking at the way that this is set up, you got to put exhaust out a round hole this big. So to get the most flow you can out of that, you kind of want a round hole that big in there. Now, I don't know, maybe it's, at some point I'll change this, or if anybody has any advice. I did not round this corner right here because I was afraid that that would affect how it directs the exhaust gases down here. Because, you know, the turbine wheel is going to be down there, and I didn't know if you round this off, is it trying to make some turbulence right there, or should it be rounded? So, if, you know, when I post this video, if anybody has any advice on that, you know, I should have rounded that, and let me know. You know, I'll keep that in mind for the next time. I mean, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but I kind of stopped and left this edge sharp when I ported it. Like I ground a lot of metal out of this, particularly right there, you know, and all around, but I kept that part because I wasn't sure if it was important and I wanted to leave it. So we'll see how this runs. I'll try to clean this up a little bit and vacuum up. I mean, it's made a gigantic ass mess, and I've already vacuumed this once. So, you know, we'll clean this up and we'll be ready to install this. And when you see me next in this video, we're hopefully going to be installing this.